It's Tony, your Pop Pop's Workshop. If you're like us, you have some unique problems in your shop. One of the problems we've had is with lighting. We've had to put in a bunch of smaller single fixture lights. It's nice that they connect, but that's meant that we have the one switch for the big overhead lights and then a couple separate switches in different locations for the rest of our lights. So to come in, turn on the lights can be a bit of a hassle. It's better lighting, but still a hassle. And shop vac. Everybody has got that where you got to walk over to shop vac, turn it on. Get done what you're doing. Walk back over to shop vac, turn it off. So we're going to use this to remote control those problems in our shop. All right, so 3-pack of outlets from Dewenwils. That is the solution to the problems that we're having in the shop. They're rated for indoor, outdoor, but we're going to use them indoor, of course, and a nice remote. Our first outlet stop is here. This particular outlet is number 2 on the hit parade. It powers our overhead lights here through this surge protector. So we'll turn it off, dark in here, turn it back on. I don't have to come clear across the room now to turn on those lights. Let's see where the number 1 outlet's at. All right, this is outlet number 1. Number 2 is over there. We just talked about. This one powers this bank of lights. So turn it off, and we can turn them back on. The reason I'm using these for these lights is this. Let's take a look at what happens when I turn them both off. This is the amount of light that I would normally have in the shop to work in. Especially at this time of year when it's getting darker earlier. Even some days you don't get much light in here. It's not easy for me to work in here with my limited vision. So by having these remote outlets now, I've got all the light. Oops, bumped it. I've got all the light that I need. Much better. Much better. Now I could use a couple more in here, but I can chain them to what I've already got and still have them controlled with the same 2 buttons on this remote. And they're on my apron, which hangs right here. So I can come in, I can turn this light on, grab my apron, turn on my other 2 lights without having to wander around, throw switches, all that good stuff. So that's where outlet number 2 is, or number 1 is. Number 2's over there, number 1's here. Getting confused. Let's find out where number 3's at. All right, so number 3 is there, and it is powering the shop vac. I'm going to get a little loud. Everybody hates having to walk from one tool over to the shop vac and back to the tool, or back and forth, on, off. It gets tedious. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's better to have it remote controlled, and this is a very easy, inexpensive way to remote control your shop vac. I highly recommend grabbing a pack of these and use them. And I think once you have a pack of these, you're going to find all kinds of places where you can use them. Eventually, if I get lights put on switches instead of plugged into outlets, I'll have a couple extras where I can remote control this exhaust, makeshift exhaust fan, air cleaning fan that I've got here. Right now, my solution is this for that fan, which is better than having to reach up and turn the dial on. I've got it plugged in here so I can go like that. It's not fully remote control, but it's better than having to stretch up and turn that knob on and hope I don't knock that off the makeshift assembly there. So those are just a few of the ways now that we've been able to use this simple 3-pack of outlets that are remote controlled to make my life in the shop a little bit easier. So hopefully you're finding things to make your life in the shop a little bit easier. Check out Dewenwils and this 3-pack outlets. They're great. I highly recommend them. Thank you for watching the video. We never take for granted that you've done that you spent valuable time watching something that we put together. It means a lot to us. Thank you very much. So, until next time, remember, you can do this.